Hi, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm really excited to be a part of this cohort. I live in Shanghai and I work for a high school called Shiwai International High School. I am an English lit teacher, which is not usually what English teachers here do or teach. I teach our AP classes, so I teach AP Literature and Composition to our honors high school students. In the prompt for this video essay, I guess, um, they said that we could talk about something that we talked about in class, or we could cover something that maybe is just relevant or interesting to our group. And I was thinking about something that maybe applied that I've been doing recently, which is online teaching. And flipped classroom I might get to if I don't run out of time. But my school is very strange in that for the first month of school, a lot of the students leave for test training for things like the SAT, the IELTS, the TOEFL. So for the entire first month of this school year, I only had one student attending classes. So because of that, I had to come up with a way to give them content so that they wouldn't get behind because the AP course is very intensive. So I started online teaching this year. So it's just for the month while the students are gone. In fact, most of them have returned already, as it's October now. But I thought that it might be a good idea to introduce the platform that I use, which is called easyclass.com. It's something that I was introduced to by my principal, and most of our honor students are required to have an account. I really enjoy it because it has a lot of options. For example, the library function is a good way to give students materials. For example, our students currently are reading Jane Eyre, and instead of providing them with a physical copy this year, I gave them a digital copy, and I used EasyClass to distribute it, which is really cool. I've also been putting up all of my PowerPoints. So what I've been doing is I have been, because I can't post videos on the website, which is the one downside, I've been presenting my material and my activities, because I believe personally that pure lecturing isn't really effective. So what I did was I created a PDF using a PowerPoint style application, because I have a Mac, so it's called Keynote if you don't have a Mac. And I turned it into a PDF and I built in activities. So right now we're in a writing unit. So we went over the different ways to approach first sentence writing and thesis writing. And I gave them a method, but while we did that, I built in some activities. We also talked about perspective. So I gave them an activity in the PowerPoint, and I actually gave them a picture of my apartment from two angles to communicate the idea of perspective. And I had the students in my material go and take a picture of a space that they're in from one perspective, and then take a picture of the same space from another perspective, and they uploaded that picture. And I thought that was a fun way to sort of tackle that specific topic. As far as like the efficacy of teaching online versus classroom teaching, I think that the best way to learn, and this was something that this was reflected in the annotation video that we were supposed to do for this class, the best way to learn is engaging through other students. And I think that the best way to engage with other students is to do it in person, but I do like using the digital resources sort of as a backup for that, and as a way of presenting maybe additional material or assignment submission, because that's one function of EasyClass, which is what I'm using. The students can submit their work online, and then there's a comments function on as well, so you can still give feedback to the students, but it also gives them a way of turning something in and you clearly seeing the deadline, because the website alerts you of whether or not it's late or on time. And I really like that. I The one thing I don't like about it is if students are turning in digital work, it's really hard to give them directed feedback. For example, if I get a worksheet in, um, I can't point to a specific thing very easily and say, this thing right here, this is something that we can improve upon. I just have to discuss the assignment as a whole. So it has some gives and some takes, but I've really liked it, and it's been an interesting experience. I hope that this video wasn't too long and rambling. I created a list of points and then totally ignored them. But I'm glad to be a part of this cohort, and I look forward to working with you guys this year.